What's good, gang? So it's been a minute, but we back again with another story time. This story is about the first time I ever went flying. So as many of y'all know, I ran track in college, and in 2019, I was going to the national championship in Kingsville, Texas. For those of y'all that don't know, I went to school at Rogers State University. It is in Claremore, Oklahoma. That is a 10-hour plus drive away from Kingsville, Texas. So logically, my coaches was like, we gonna fly. Now, one thing you need to know about me is, if I'm gonna die in a vehicular accident, I would much rather be able to find some sort of blame on myself for what happened. For that reason, my main way of getting anywhere or traveling is by car that I'm driving. Unfortunately, in this situation, I didn't have much of a say, because when you go into nationals, the NCAA pays for everything. So your food, the flight, all of it, they take care of everything, but you get spoiled. We taking a plane, but I'm like, you know what? It's the first time for everything. I'm gonna go get on this plane. I ain't gonna think about it too much. Now, the first mistake I made is, as y'all know, I keep weapons on my wrist, and I went to the airport. I had never been to an airport except to pick people up. I didn't think that I had it on my arm until I got to the place where you take all your stuff off and has to go through the scanner. So as I'm getting closer to the little scanner, I'm thinking like, oh snap, I got like 3 knobs on my arm. Now, I ain't one of them freak youngers. I ain't trying to have them pull the glove out on me and search my cavity. So I did what any reasonable person would do. I abandoned them joints, threw them in the trash can. We just gonna get a new one. So after repeating the same processes over and over again, because like you can't just get searched one time going to the plane. They're gonna search you twice, check your information twice. They're gonna ask you for your name twice. They're gonna call your seat 2 times and then tell you that you was the wrong person they was calling. And then once you get to the point where y'all finna board the plane, you don't just all get up and go board the plane. They call you by sections, and I just so happened to be at one of the last sections. It was pretty bogus. So we board the first plane, and I got sat in the host seat, bro. Now, if you don't know what the host seat is, down south, that is the seat that's in the middle. It's called the host seat because you ain't got no type of like value in that middle seat. You just get disrespected. If you get tired and you want to doze off and you do like one of these on somebody's shoulder, they finna play ping pong with your head because you in the middle and you can't be comfortable. On top of that, I'm 6 foot, bro. There ain't no leg room if you're not in the fancy part of the plane. And we was in like, I don't even know what it would be called. But we was on the plane though, so that's really all that mattered. But the seat was way too close to my kneecaps. Now, this is where the story get interesting, because nobody gave me proper flight etiquette. They knew that I'd never flew before, but nobody told me what to do to prepare my body and mind for the flight. Now, I wasn't scared of flying in the air at all, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool. I'm gonna be a pigeon for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully we actually make it back to the ground. But didn't nobody tell me the effects that being at that altitude has on your body? So the plane takes off, we get in the air. Mind you, there ain't no service in there. I ain't one of them rich folks. I ain't got the premium, so I ain't got no music but like 2 or 3 ringtones on my phone. So I'm raw dogging the flight, bro. I ain't got no bubble gum. I ain't got no music. I'm running off straight anger at this point, because halfway through the flight, bro, this entire side of my face just started hurting, and I'm like, oh snap, I'm finna die. I'm having a brain aneurysm. Not to my knowledge. You're supposed to chew gum or something to prevent this from happening, but nobody told me. So now at this point, I'm ready to fight, but you can't get on a fight on a plane. But that's not even the worst part. That flight lands in Houston, Texas. And then there's like a little layover. We get food. And then there's a second flight that's going to take us to Kingsville. Both of these flights are around an hour, hour and a half. During this second flight, we were flying at a time where it was kind of like bad weather. It was storming. And we get in the air, and the pilot kind of lets us know, like, hey, we're finna experience some turbulence. Don't freak out. Now, in my mind, I'm already cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm angry from the previous flight. I'm just ready to get it over with. Do your thing. Family. Turbulence was an understatement, bro. I'm chilling like this here. Next thing you know, the whole plane starts shaking. People's heads bobbing and jerking and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, snap. This it. We finna die. Now, obviously, I maintain my composure because I'm like, okay, maybe this is what turbulence is supposed to be like. And I wasn't really concerned until I had looked over across the aisle, and the man that was sitting across me had pulled his phone out, and it was a picture of his little daughter on the screen, and he was just looking all types of depressed. The moment I seen that, I was like, oh yeah, sat back and accepted my fate, bro. We are goners. Now, as this is going on, you think the pilot will be trying to reassure us that everything is okay. Fam, I look out the window, the plane is sideways. We wasn't in one of them drug smuggling stunt planes, fam. This is a whole aviation system, and you doing tricks? Boy, if I could have put my hands on Buddy, I'd had to do him all kinds of greasy. I got off that flight 100% sure that I would never get in the air again if I could avoid it. But I will say I got some really cool pictures, And unfortunately, I had to end up flying back again later, and I didn't even really think about that. But the flights back weren't that bad. Maybe I just adjusted. But that being said, I'm going to stick to the ground if it's in America, and I'll just fly if I got to go overseas. If you've never flew on a plane before, I highly advise you educate yourself on the proper things you need to do beforehand so you don't end up like me, because I was looking goofy. Y'all take it easy and y'all take care of yourselves.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you'd like to be. To them, you're just a freak. Like me.